Welcome friends to the Celtic Llama. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make this cute headband just for yourself or for your little ones. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make a child size one. This one fits like a little panda head. Then we have our youth slash teen, maybe, depending on head size. Little octopi is going to do it. Model it for you. And then an adult size that I have on. Now these headbands are extremely easy to make and they're really cute. And I'm going to show you everything that you need to know and do in order to make these for yourself and maybe make them for a gift for a friend. So without further ado, let's get started into the video. To get started, you're going to need a size G or a 4mm crochet hook. You're going to need a tapestry needle, and a pair of scissors. For this project, I'm using 3 different shades of yarn to indicate the 3 different sizes you can find within this pattern. For the small size, I will be using this light pink. For medium size, I will be using purple. And for the large adult size, I will be using this variegated yarn. To get started, I'm going to show you just the basic techniques that you need for this pattern. So we're going to start off by making a slip stitch. You want to just take your yarn and wrap it behind your finger and around, and then with that little tail just pull it through the center and you've created your slip stitch or slip knot, whichever you'd like to call it. It's just the beginning of everything. Then we are going to go ahead and start chaining. For the small size that you see me here, you want to go ahead and start off by chaining 11. Now if you want to do a medium size, you want to chain 12. And if you are going to do the large size, you want to chain 14. Now for this project, I'm going to be jumping back and forth between the different sizes and what you need to do for each one in order to make the size that you want for your project. I will go ahead and down below in the description boxes, I'm going to go ahead and put the full pattern there. So if you end up missing something or you're a little confused of how I might have explained it, you can check down in the description below and see exactly where the pattern is. So to get started, we are chaining 11 for the small size and we are working on the band. So now that we've gone ahead and chained our 11, this is going to be for all of the patterns. You are going to count to the 4th stitch from the hook. So the one on your hook count is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you are going to be working a double crochet. Now a double crochet is going to be used for the whole entire project, so if you need help with that, you can check down in the description below for my videos on how to do a double crochet. But I'm going to go ahead and show you here how to do it. So you want to go ahead and loop your yarn over your hook, insert your needle, pull through 1, pull through 2, and then pull through 3. So again, loop, insert, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 3. Now you are going to work a double crochet in every single stitch, and then you are going to turn your work. If you are working a size small, you will end up with 8 stitches. A medium size, you will end up with 9, and a large size, you'll have 11 stitches. Now that you've reached the end, you want to go ahead and turn your work, and you're going to start off row 2 by chaining 2. Then you are going to work 1 double crochet in every single stitch and turn. Now you are going to repeat row 2 until the band reaches 18 inches for a small, 19 inches for a medium, and 21 inches for a long. Once you have reached that length, fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing the band together once it's finished. Here's just a quick image of the different sizes of bands. So again, the pink band is going to be your size small. It'll measure 18 inches long. The purple band is going to be your medium size, which is 19 inches long. And then your large is my variegated yarn here, and that is going to reach 21 inches long. Now we're going to get started on the second part of this project, the small band. So for all of the sizes, you're going to start off by just chaining 11. Now the difference between a small, medium, and large for this is actually really easy. A small and a medium are made exactly the same, and a large is just a smidgen different by adding a couple more rows, but we'll just go ahead and we'll get to that point when we get there. So you want to go ahead and chain 11, and then from the 4th chain from the hook, just like before, we are going to count back and we are going to work a double crochet. Then you're going to double crochet in every single stitch until you get to the end of the hook, and you will have 8 stitches. Now for the small and the medium size, for rows 2 through 6, you are just going to chain 2 and double crochet in every single stitch, and then you will turn your work. Then you are going to get to row 7, you are going to chain 2, double crochet in each stitch, and then fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. Now, if you are doing the large small band, or weird way to say that, but that's what it is, it'll be rows 2 through 8. You will chain 2 and then double crochet in each stitch and turn. And then you will have a row 9 where you chain 2, double crochet in each stitch and fasten off, leaving a long tail for sewing. So the difference between a small and medium is that they are exactly the same. And a large, you are actually just going to add 2 more rows to it than for the other 2 sizes. So for here, you can see that the small and medium are exactly the same size, and the large is just a little bit longer by just 2 rows. So not too difficult. Now we're going to start on the bow. So for a bow to fit a small band, you're going to start off by chaining 24. Then you are going to locate the 4th chain from the hook, and you are going to work a double crochet. This is going to be the start of row 1. Then you are going to double crochet into every single stitch, and then you will turn your work. You should have 21 stitches here. Now with row 2, we have turned our work, and you're going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet in every single stitch until the very last one, and then you will turn your work. Here we are on row 3, and I'm just going to be crocheting my little tail into this just to kind of tuck it away. But to start off with row 3, you are going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet in every single stitch, and then you're going to fasten off and leave a long tail for sewing once you have reached the end of the row. Now if you're doing a medium and a large bow, you are going to start off by chaining 28. Once you have your 28 chains, in the 4th chain from the hook, you are going to work a double crochet followed by double crocheting in every single stitch until the end of the row. You will then turn your work, and you should have 24 stitches. Then for rows 2 through 4, you are going to chain 2 and double crochet in every single stitch, turning your work as you go. You can also tuck in your tail as you are going along, like I have with the small bow as well. Then you're going to come to row 5, and you are going to chain 2, double crochet into each stitch, and then fasten off your work, leaving a long tail for sewing. Now here I have a representation of a small bow and a large bow. The medium bow would be exactly the same size as a large bow, but I did not end up making one in purple because the bows are optional. As you can tell from the beginning of this video, the squid did not have a bow on its headband, so you don't have to make one if you don't want to. So I ended up just leaving that out, just an option for creating your work. Now it's time to assemble everything. So this is the bow that we left a long tail on. So what you want to go ahead and do is grab your tapestry needle and thread your yarn through the tapestry needle. And we are going to weave in this loose end into the work and fasten it off. And this is just to give it a nice smooth edge, so your little yarn tail is hidden. Now with doing this with variegated yarn, it's a little bit harder to hide your tail, but just go ahead and take your time and sew in your loose end and fasten off the yarn. Next, we are going to grab the big headband portion of our project, the first part we started off with. We are going to fold it together like 2 pieces of paper, and we are going to just sew them together. Now I don't have any special sewing stitch techniques or anything else like that. I'm just basically looping this through and sewing the thing shut. Once you have sewn it completely shut, you want to go ahead and fasten off your yarn and snip your loose end. Now where your seam is out, where we just sewed it together, this is going to be the outside of our work, or the inside, I guess. This is the inside that'll be hidden. So what we want to go ahead and do is we're going to grab our bow portion and we're going to set it inside. So we're kind of making a weird bow sandwich. So the bow is sitting inside your work. Then you're going to grab your small band that you have and go ahead and loop your yarn into the tapestry needle. Then with this band, it's a long way. We're going to set that inside our little bow sandwich. Make sure everything is nice and even where you want it to be. And we're going to take the small bow and pull it up. Make sure everything's where you want it to be though, before you end up starting to stitch anything. We're going to pull that up and we're going to fold it together. I'm also going to kind of hide this little tail that's sticking out from the beginning of the work of this. So then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start stitching this shut. And I'm only going through the small bow right now. I'm not going through anything, or the small band, sorry. I'm not going through the big band or the bow yet. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple of stitches until I eyeball about to where I am in the center of my work. Then I'm going to take my tapestry needle and I'm going to stick it down into the work. So we're going through the big band, the bow, and the small band and popping out on that one end. I'm going to pull my yarn through and then I'm just going to insert it right back through all of those layers. You can see it pop up in the center. And then I'm going to pull it tightly. And this is actually how I'm pinning everything into place. Just one simple swoosh stitch and that's it. And then I'm going to go back to sewing everything shut. So I'm going to give it a nice pull. And then continue sewing everything shut. And then you will just fasten off your work once you get to the end. And you will hide your little tail of your yarn and go ahead and snip any loose ends that you may have. Then you're going to turn it right side out. So now the bow is facing outward and go ahead and fluff it to get that beautiful bow shape. And that's it. That's how you make these really cute headbands for yourself or for your friends. Let me know down in the comments how they turned out for you. And maybe you can put them on your plushies too. I don't have little ones, so these guys are going to be my models. Woo! If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps other people get suggested this type of content so they can make these cute little headbands for themselves as well. Well, I look forward to the next time we have a crochet project and see what we can end up learning how to do together. Bye for now!